Uh, Justin MTJ says, "What's up, bros? Not much, bro. How you
Hey,
been?
Justin from
Happy
Group
Friday."
Chat.
Oh, sheesh.
We're about to get to your guys' song, I believe, right now. So
You,
get
you,
the other guys on. Get Jimmy and Aiden on if you're not here already, guys.
all the boys.
Let's fucking do this.
Finally, a group chat fucking release. Is this their first release on like Spotify, or
This
am I
is
dumb? Okay, okay. I was like,
it's their debut.
all right. I don't think I've followed them. Let me go ahead and follow them, just real quick. Support your artist out there, Josh. I don't know if you're showing the people on the screen, but hit that follow button for them so they can see. They got
Yeah.
230 monthly listeners already. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes,
All right.
let's go.
Cool.
All right.
Do you want to straight up listen to it? I don't think there's a description for it.
Yeah, there's no description. I'll be honest, I actually submitted this for them.
Oh, you
But
did?
it's
Oh,
okay.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
There's no description. I saw them earlier this week, and they're working on stuff, man. They've got a lot of stuff in the pipeline, which is pretty cool. Some cool stuff coming around the corner. But yeah, as far as I know, if I can give any description to this is their debut single.
fire.
And yeah, I guess let's just listen to it.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I hit the wrong play button.
Hey girl, what you doing round here? You've been coming around this way for a long time.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you know, but the groove here really gets hard. You've been saying that you're alright. That drink from downstairs got you feeling fine. Friend said to leave at 1, but you probably forgot. Don't forget that.
I remember this.
I won't tell us when you're searching around and there's nothing to be found. Keep it loose but not too tight. When we're dancing around, everybody's moving, laughing, screaming, shouting. We're dancing around. Gotta keep yourself alive.
Let's go, Keys. Let's go, Keys.
Dancing around.
That was
Guacamolina
That was satisfying.
in the chat.
Everybody's loose now. Give it some time, let the vibe reach out. 7 shots later, 2 pours great high. Was a word of fame.
So
Some have saying it's so. Those moves don't matter when you're on the floor. Now you're leaving with some guy you don't know his name. Can't you see it's all the same? And I won't tell us when you're searching around and there's nothing to be found. Keep it loose but not too tight. When we're dancing around, everybody's moving, laughing, screaming, shouting. We're dancing around. Gotta keep yourself alive. When we're dancing around.
This sounds new.
I don't know when it's
I think they added it yet.
It's not too late to fight it. Take on the blame, not still young, let's take it there.
Dope.
Then I won't tell us when you're searching around and there's nothing to be found. Keep it loose but not too tight. When we're dancing around, everybody's moving, laughing, screaming, shouting. We're dancing around. Gotta keep yourself alive. When we're dancing around.
Oh, get it, Keys.
Yeah.
Let's go, drum.
Marcelo.
Let's go, drum at the end there. That was fire. Oh, shit. think it started playing again for me. Sorry about that.
There we go.
But that
All
was
right,
dope. Dancing around. Fuck, dude.
dancing around.
Woo! That's dancing around in the purple zone for me. We'll see. Josh, what do you think about the? What are your first impressions, man?
I mean, first of all, I think we should kind of just give them like an applause for getting their first single out. It's
Yeah, dude.
always pretty awesome for
I think we heard two versions of this before, by the way.
yeah. Well, also, yeah, group chat is setting the example here for everybody of like send
Mm.
us your in progress stuff and then we can give you feedback and then work towards it and then send us the released one and it's so cool to see the difference between the two.
So
Um,
cool.
but yeah, I mean, big props to fucking forming a band and then writing these songs and then going in and making it happen and having these sessions, going through the songwriting and changing stuff around and adding shit and just jamming and yeah,
Yeah.
it's super cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, congrats on that. I would
I
say
remember when there
like
was like no vocals on this. It was ridiculous. And the
yeah,
vocalist
I know.
now. Woo, she.
Yeah,
Sorry,
man,
go for it. Go for
long
it.
way.
Yeah.
But I'll just go through the categories directly and give comments around them, I guess.
Do it.
So for vibes, love the vibes. This is a super fun one, and I think it's like you guys also do live shows occasionally. This is a really good song to have in your arsenal to like
Mm,
get
mm,
people dancing around,
mm,
literally. The more that I've listened to it, I think it has this really cool uh vibe that I can sort of visualize, like the scene of like
mm,
this party thing, like
mm,
uh like dancing around, like you got to keep yourself alive, like that whole kind of thing.
mhm,
um
mhm,
Pretty cool. So yeah, vibes I would definitely give a green to for sure.
mm, mm.
uh Content, I also think this is really well written and arranged. I think you guys clearly put in the time. I think Justin probably did the writing, the lyrics at least,
Mm.
and writing and all
Justin's the
that stuff.
singer? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, Justin's here.
mm.
He said wedding
Great work.
scene.
Yeah,
Nice.
I could see that shit.
Yeah,
'Cause, I mean,
definitely.
it is say dancing around, but
Crazy wedding.
you're kind of it's kind of like keeping a serious vibe to it. They were talking about some real shit. Like at one point, it was talking about a girl leaving with someone that she didn't know, and I think the
Yeah,
singer
yeah.
was trying to like convince her otherwise, or say that that's just weird or something. Maybe I got that a different message entirely, but yeah, it has this weird serious vibe, but at the same time, you're talking about dancing. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, I interrupted you. Sorry.
I mean, I thought it illustrated really well. Like, the verses and the chorus were just really illustrative, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, for content again, I feel like you guys, put the thought into how you wanted it to be arranged and making sure that the arrangement is engaging for the listener. So yeah, that stuff all went well. The lyrics are good.
Mm.
So yeah, I would say that's definitely a green. Production is the place that I've also had some time because I've listened to this a couple times over the past week,
Yeah.
sort of to dig into it.
Yeah.
And interestingly, when I listened to it in my car,
Mm.
was when the most things were illuminated to me.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys had a chance to listen across a bunch of different systems critically or not,
Mm.
but there are a couple of areas where, like relative to the rest of my library, there are things that sound like they're sort of missing in the frequency area. There is I think like in the lower mid range or the lower low end like sub bass, there seems to be a hole in there. So I don't know if like in the
Mm.
studio, I think you guys got a mix like at Classic Studios. Shout out to them.
Sheesh.
But I don't know if that room, like if the speaker system has enough sub, or maybe it does, or maybe it doesn't, or just the mixing that went into it, or something. But I thought there were a few frequency things that could definitely be evened out a little bit to make it sound like that radio ready quality.
Mm.
I think there's still some distance to go from where this is at right now to that.
Mm.
Which is also, again, we talk about this all the time, is totally fine because you can add tracks again. Me and Zach talked about this too, actually. You can add tracks again through your publishing service if you
Yeah.
want to update the audio, and everything
Mm.
else stays in place.
Yeah.
And if you guys are going to be putting this onto an EP at some point or an album, you're going to want to have everything mastered to be like relatively level and balanced with each other. So you'll probably go through another mastering process at some point anyways. That was
Mm.
my number one tip as far as like actionable with this. Get somebody else who's not mixing it to master it. Most important thing that I've fucked up on before, because it's just perceptual bandwidth, right? Like the person who's mixing it has spent so many hours listening to the track in front of their speaker system in their room with their ears. It's almost impossible for them to objectively master the track. And you just get a second set of expertise on the track to be able to make sure that by the time it reaches our ears, it's gone through the filters, right? And it's well, literally gone through the filters, but I mean like the great filter of just getting it to that top quality or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I would say that's my sort of production stuff. There weren't a whole lot of other specifics I had aside from one very minute thing that I noticed recently. Or actually, sorry, there's two. One before that, the snare gets lost a lot throughout the track. Actually, that partly it could be a recording thing. I sort of doubt it though. It's probably a mixing thing. I've found in rock records, the snare is the hardest thing to get through the mix, people to hear, because there's a lot of mid-range happening with guitars and vocals and keys even. You could try side chaining the snare to something. If there's something that's really obscuring that snare, you can do a mild side chain to it. Or you can just make sure that it's carved out. There's the right types of compression and EQ and everything on that snare. There's different techniques for doing that, but that's a big thing in making it sound professional and big, is for people to be able to really clearly hear the kick and the snare hits. And the kick sometimes was getting lost a little bit too.
I was going to say drums in general, which is a shame because I'm a drummer and I listen for drums, and Marcelo was killing it, especially at the end. It sounded like it cut through at the end. But throughout the whole time, I think Josh has got a point here.
Yeah. So these are the things that I often find, especially in rock records, that are required to make it have that quality you look for, like in the stuff that you're influenced by, right? Because like I mean, I think we have some similar influences actually, and I've sort of looked into that stuff, and it's like the drums hit super hard and they punch right through the mix, and so they sound up front, and it gives this sort of polished sheen to the track. And then obviously, your spectrum needs to be full, and the mastering thing can help you do that. And a couple other things. The one last very, very minute tip that I realized just today, actually, this is weird to me. The keyboard part, that solo at the end, is slightly out of tune with everything else. And it could be one of two things. Either there's a guitar or a bass or something, maybe a guitar, that is a little bit out of tune at the end of the track. And so the two are off. The less likely possibility is that the keyboard patch has some sort of detune thing on it or something. I doubt that a little bit more, because usually keyboards are perfectly tuned, obviously. But that's super important for. Yeah, I didn't notice it the first few times either. But then I listened that there's like a little bit of dissonance there. And again, it's a thing that I've experienced with when you're dealing with physical instruments recording. Tuning is one of the most important things for, again, getting that radio ready production quality. If things are out of tune with each other, it's almost impossible to get to that level. So that was the smallest thing that I could think of. But yeah, I wanted to try to give you guys as much information and detail on this as possible, because I know you guys are continuing to work on stuff, and this is your first shot at a release. So I mean, again, I said at the beginning, this is like extremely impressive, for being your guys' first single, and you guys just formed like 6 months ago or something. I might be a little bit off on that.
Wow.
But yeah, I can't fucking wait to hear more stuff from you guys. See you guys live, hopefully within the next few months, and just hang out, obviously. But yeah, just keep it up. Looking forward to it. Chris, what do you think?
Dope. Let me see if I can try to keep it concise, because Josh went in, and I think
I kept it concise in the last one.
yeah, you're right. You're right. I went in. With vibes. I think it's green as well. I mean, I've liked this song every time you guys showed it to me. I always say that it sounds like an anime opening, but then the vocals come in and it gives it a different vibe. But yeah, I like this vibe. Let's see. So green on that. Content wise, I love the little change ups that you guys do. The bridge, I think I haven't heard I don't think I've heard that before, so that was really, really cool. That was maybe more towards the mid end of the song. There's also like in the beginning where there's a keyboard solo, and then it like kind of goes sparse. I think that like the instruments drop out and then it comes back. Oh, that was super cool to listen to.
That's
I
nice.
love that. I
Yeah,
loved
those
it.
things are great.
So content, I think it's a green as well. Production, yeah, I agree with Josh, especially on the drums. And I might be biased, disclaimer, because I'm a drummer and I listen for it. And Marcelo was chopping it up, killing it with his fills, especially near the end. Like, give this man a highlight, man. I try to get him up more in the mix. I think it'll also just kind of give the sound of the entire track a bigger more professional sound. So I would take Josh's advice on the drum mixing portion, and I would give it a yellow to green. And yeah, what's your overall, dude?
Um, this is so fucking hard because like there's a special place in my heart for this song,
Me
right?
too.
But I also like the thing that we do here is we try to give the most constructive help that we can possible.
Yeah.
And the most constructive feedback, and we try to be like honest around it and sort of pertain to our scale. Like, we try not to do nepotism as much as possible.
No.
So I mean, I would have to give it, if we had an axis that was between develop and top tier track, like if there's, I don't know what color that would be if you mix yellow and purple.
I
What
don't
would
know.
that be?
I don't
Yellow
know.
and purple. If anybody knows colors, like let us
Probably
know.
brown. Probably brown. It's not a good
Really?
color. It's not a good color.
Okay, so
No.
scratch that idea. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
I
would
see what you mean, though.
definitely, for me, it's a light shade of green where there's just like those little subtle things that I sort of went into depth on, that I think are necessary realistically to take it up to that level where you are most likely to appeal to a very wide base of listeners.
Yeah.
That's what this is all about.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would say that yeah, it's like a light shade of green there for me. What about you?
Yeah. I see what you're
Oh,
saying.
he said green. He said green and purple make blue.
Green and purple make blue. Cap. Are you
So yellow
what?
and purple make some, maybe like a tealish color, or what would the other side of that be?
Green and purple make blue. Hold the fuck up. Wait a minute.
Wait,
No
do they?
way. No, they probably make brown. What?
No, but it's
Really?
light colors. It's light colors versus pigment colors. They're like the
Oh no.
opposite. Like if you combine all the colors in light, it becomes white. But if you combine all of them in pigment, it becomes like brown. But
Okay. Sure.
anyways, sorry.
This is
Go
design shit, bro.
ahead.
Let's
That's my
see.
domain.
I myself didn't find so my biggest gripe in production. Like I didn't hear the detune, so maybe my ears just isn't as good. I do agree on the drums. So I think I'm a little bit higher on the green scale. Maybe it's like a decent light to decent green. Let's go Fantano. Light to decent green, because I would do a little bit of changes to the drums, but yeah. I mean, I was borderline on the purple as well in the beginning. Just because I've heard this song grow so much, and there's some stuff arrangement wise that I really really dug. I mean, shouts out to all you guys. You guys are super, super dope to listen to. Justin, you hit some falsettos there where I was just like, oof, while I was listening to it. So great work. Guacamolina, when you had the shine on the keys. Although at the end, I wanted you to go a little bit harder. So just heads up. Marcelo, you were going hard the whole time. Like I was in love with your fills, but yeah, we just need to bring you up. So yeah, for me, it's a green. But yeah, thanks guys. That was super, super solid. I can't wait to hear more.